Afternoon and welcome to Henley High School for round one of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball playoffs. As number 1 seed Henley hosts number 16 seed Sweet Home. They started the game about 10 minutes early on us, so we weren't quite ready yet, but you haven't missed a ton. Annie Campos struck out the leadoff hitter, and she's just forced a ground out to second here. So Henley already with 2 outs. 1 more to go here in the top of the first. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. Great to be with you today as the road back to the state title game starts for the Hornets.
Not the first time this has happened. The teams get anxious. We've had a few games start a little bit before the starting time.
That one fouled off the bat of Jocelyn Fairchild. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning to start the game for Annie Campos brings Henley to the plate in the bottom of the first. Alongside Kevin Petrick, you're watching Hornets softball on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Henley coming to bat after a 1-2-3 top of the first. Hornets, the number 1 seed in these playoffs, opening up with Sweet Home. This is the 3rd year in a row Henley has faced Sweet Home in the first round of the playoffs. Last season, it was also the 1-16 matchup. Henley won that one 12-1.
Yeah, it's funny how those things shake out. And if we're the same opponent 2 years in a row, Sweet Home did some nice work on the road. Won their play-in game against Junction City. They're on their way to this game. So they know where Klamath Falls is. They've been here a couple of times, so it's not a surprise for them.
Yeah, pretty big upset. Sweet Home was the lowest-ranked play-in team. So they had to, essentially the 8 seed of the 8 play-in teams, traveling to number 1, Junction City. As Anna Harper's first pitch swung on and sent foul into the Henley dugout. Of course, that wasn't the first time Sweet Home and Junction City had played this year. It was actually the 3rd time. The 2 teams split back in March. There's a drive into center field and a nice catch on the run. Results in a leadoff flyout for Anna Harper.
And I was a little bit surprised. She didn't think she made the catch out there in center field. Continued to run the bases. It was a good catch out there for the first out.
Brings up Samantha Moore. And she takes strike 1. That one's a ball.
This Henley team looked really good in their tune-up game. with Caldera last week. Caldera, a good opponent, a good 5-18.
Yeah, big win for Henley over a Caldera team that they actually played to start the season back on March 15th and lost 15-5. It just about flipped the script. It's more pops one deep into foul territory. It's about flipped the script last Thursday, beating the Wolfpack 14-4.
Pitching on that day, and they're getting a lot of runs. They'll hit the ball well. That's just what you want coming into the playoff.
Not like Caldera is a bad 5A team either. They're the number 5 seed in that bracket. This one driven and to the wall. Almost left the park, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Samantha Moore.
Just hit the base of the fence. It was almost a home run. Good way to start the day for Samantha. We're double.
And it'll bring up Annie Campos, who just had a 1-2-3 inning in the circle, can now give her team the lead. Swing and miss, strike one.
Annie is on a tear at the plate. 3 grand slams in the last 3 games. We've had one in each of the last 3. Don't think I've seen that at this level. At least not in person.
I don't think I've seen that at any level. Just remarkable.
The bases loaded and was about 5 feet short of another one against Caldera. So he was really hitting the ball well.
That one low for a ball.
It's plate right now, and then not be a whole lot to hit.
One fouled off. Count goes to 2-2. Campos on the season hitting .536. Fouls this one off.
Another thing too, Matt, it tells you that Henley's getting base runners. And, baseball's not just about hitting, it's about timely hitting. They've had a lot of that this year. 2-out rallies. They're really good at scoring those runners when they get in position in the bullpen.
Another one fouled off. Campos battling. She leads the team with 48 RBI. Her next closest teammate is Leliana Segura with 37. Well, like you said, Kevin, a grand slam in 3 straight games will give you a pretty comfortable lead there. The 2-2. Upstairs, count goes full. Full count pitch to Campos. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Strikeout. Good battle in there. Shot one by the pitcher, Harris. Good work.
And it brings up Belle Birch, who takes the first pitch for a ball. Two out and a runner in scoring position, a 2-0 count to Birch. Other thing to note, Kevin, Henley has hit the ball very well with 2 outs this season. The Hornets have 80 2-out RBI. Make that 81. Birch comes around to score, and it's 1-0 Hornets. Nice little bloop into right field. And that's going to be a double for Bell Birch.
About that, very disciplined hitting team. Very seldom do we see them chase a bad pitch. If they hit the float, we take a 1-run lead here in the first.
So this will bring up Segura. Segura having a breakout sophomore year, hitting .436. As we mentioned, second on the team with 37 RBI, leads the team with 7 home runs.
Yeah, lately become a power hitter, most definitely. A lot of extra base hits, a lot of RBI.
Alana Benson is the courtesy runner for Birch. Segura takes strike 1. A 1-1 in the dirt. Benson holds at second.
A lot of students out here watching the game. School normally lets out at 3:20, so it's a good afternoon. Maybe I should put that in class here to fix this game.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice day out here. About 68 degrees. Just a few clouds. That ball popped into shallow center and caught for the third out, but not before Henley takes a 1-0 lead. Sweet Home back to bat in the top of the second. We come back. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley Softball on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. It's the third year.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Top of the second, Henley with a 1-0 lead in the round of 16. OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball state tournament. It's the number 1 versus number 16 matchup. And we do want to give a big shout out to the Henley Boosters for covering the broadcast fee for this game. We've also covered the broadcast fee for the baseball game that's going to be on at 5 o'clock. Josh Eldridge will be on the call for that one. Annie Campos back to the circle for Henley. She struck out 2 in the first inning.
Making me not
Only had to throw 9 pitches in that opening frame.
Very involved with each game. He's had a remarkable season himself. A lot of strikeouts, got many walks.
Fouled off the bat of Watkins. I think she swung and missed at that one. On 0-2 count to the number 4 hitter for Sweet Home. That one way upstairs for a ball.
In case of pitch, we should throw that change up in there every once in a while. Those hitters off balance.
fair play without
Strike three looking.
Stuff. Yeah, already.
In that game against Caldera last Thursday, Campos went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, only 1 earned run, walked 2 and struck out 7. Yeah, that's against the number 5 team in 5A.
That game with Caldera, it was a non-counting game. It was more of a tune-up, but they went in playing. They played like a real game. They played all the starters slow and handled smooth.
Yeah, she tried to get her feet under her and
They really performed well.
This one popped into foul left field.
Quite get to it. We got 2.
they did it. It was game over. Pretty great tournament over Sulphur. They didn't look there.
1-2 to Harris. It's a ball.
Bit.
No, but you're not anything. You're not even asking.
2-2 to Catriona Harris. And she strikes out looking.
Didn't have a base runner. Good start for him.
It's going to bring up Natalie Smith. Smith, a sophomore, with nobody on and 2 outs, takes a big swing and a miss at the first pitch. The 0-1. In the bottom of the zone, strike 2.
Henley team, if there's one thing they've had a little trouble with, it's coming out, having a good start. We've seen that a few times, but they're looking sharp today. That's the way they want to start those playoffs.
Tony at third. He's got a second.
Payoff pitch for Annie Campos. 0-2 count. Swung on low, and the throw to first is on time and on target. Another 1-2-3 inning for Henley brings the Hornets back up in the bottom of the second. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. It's Henley Softball on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Henley back up to bat, leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second.
Something you just can't take for granted. You have two #1 programs here at Henley. You get two playoff games at home to start the playoffs. Makes for a really fun afternoon, a good atmosphere here. People in attendance. So just what you're going to see. And they have an early lead.
Gracie White leading things off for the Hornets. Takes ball one. Drives one foul. White this season hitting .424. 2 home runs, 24 RBI. Another sophomore having a really solid year.
A lot of time on the field before.
If they're running after the actual live streams too.
Ball in the dirt, moves the count to 3-1. White drills one, fumbled at short, and White is aboard.
It's kind of a strange hit. It's kind of a floater over the shortstop, but it kind of had a weird spin on it. He wasn't able to make the grab. Henley has a base runner. Start the second. It's like we didn't start.
Brings up Natalie Hudson. Hitting 301 with 17 RBIs. Still looking for her first home run. Here she lays down a bunt. Sweet Home can't field it cleanly, and everyone is safe.
Tried to make a play on. Kind of waved at it. Got under the glove.
We beat the
Got
game.
some saves at first.
We made off the conference.
Sorry, Matt.
That's all right. The bottom half of the lineup really getting things going here in the second for Henley.
Got the runners. Nobody out.
Yeah.
Passed ball advances both runners, so now 2 in scoring position for Jillian Vickery. Vickery hitting .342, 27 RBI, 1 home run, and Sweet Home's going to have a conversation in the circle. Interesting note about the Huskies' schedule, Kevin. They come into this game 11-15, ranked number 28 out of 31 4A teams. They had 2 wins, including the play-in upset over Junction City, who was ranked number 11. All of their other wins were against number 29 North Marion, number 30 Newport, and number 31 Philomath Alsea.
Got to play your best at the end. You get a couple of breaks, and maybe that's what you're seeing with Sweet Home.
Well, don't forget, they also beat Junction City early in the season.
Yeah.
Back on March 21st, a 15-13 win. The play-in game was 13-8. Sometimes teams that you're a lot better than on paper can still pose matchup problems.
Say, coaches, you just got to win the last 4. You know, those are the ones that are important. So if you can get your team ready and prepared, get the playoff running, you always have a chance.
Susie Nichols up to bat with the bases loaded after Vickery walks. Nichols looks at strike 1. Bases loaded, nobody out for the 9-hole hitter. Henley with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Double play ball. We haven't seen many double plays lately.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Nichols. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better hitting 9-hole player than Nichols. .433 for batting average this season. Pops this one foul into the weeds behind the bleachers.
He hit down and playing in a hurry. He's doing a lot of throws. Nice guy.
It's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But that brings up Anna Harper. Back to the top of the order with the bases loaded and 1 out for Henley.
Harper's got home run power. We've seen it.
First pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Harper hitting .446 coming into this game. 6 home runs, 33 RBI. Takes a big hack here for strike 1.
It's a payoff for it. It's a hold of one.
1-1 to Harper. Drilled to third. They throw home, get the out. So 2 down, but the bases remain loaded.
Good play by the Huskies infield there. Close play at the plate. Get a good decision. Get that lead runner. Keep Henley off the scoreboard. Get that second out. Well done.
Brings up Samantha Moore. Hitting .419 with runners in scoring position. Takes the first pitch upstairs for a ball. Another one high, 2-0. To Moore. That one's high. Looks like Harris is trying not to give Moore anything hittable. That one right through the middle of the zone for a strike. The 3-1. On the bottom of the zone, called strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Henley leaves them loaded in the bottom of the second. Sweet home back-to-bat in the top of the third. Right after this break here on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru,
That's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Annie Campos back to the circle for Henley in the top of the third. And after the Hornets leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the second.
Impressive strikeout by Harris. I think the base was loaded with nobody out. Could not get a run across.
First pitch delivered for a ball. Miley Smith. Another one low, ball two.
Henley capitalized on moments like that. They have the bases loaded, go or run out. Steve home good work. They have to get out of that inning.
The 2-0. Swung on and missed for a strike. Two one. Strike two. A 2-2. That might have been tipped behind toward the backstop. The count remains 2-2.
Had a very good start there.
Another 2-2. That one rolls into the dirt. Count goes full. Three-two to Smith. Fouls that one off. Seventh hitter for Sweet Home is getting ready to take her sixth pitch of the at-bat. Seventh, actually. Up to third, and a nice catch there by Jillian Vickery.
Kind of flared toward foul territory. Jillian made a good play on it.
What's up, Addie Van Nice? She takes the first pitch for a strike. Oh, 1. Low, maybe a little inside, too, for a ball. One one. Stairs, ball two. 2-1. Chopped right to the circle, and a quick toss for Campos to first for the second out.
Ball in close, making the plays.
We'll bring up Addison Graber, 9-hole hitter for the Huskies. Fouls the first one off. Two out, nobody on for Graber. Chops it to short, and they can't get her at first. Throw was a bit late and off target. And Sweet Home has their first base runner.
Just couldn't get the ball out of the glove. We took a couple grabs at it, couldn't get there quickly. The throw wasn't in time.
So we're back to the top of the order with Annabelle Morris, who struck out to lead off the game. Ball one.
We don't feel good where they're at right now. They're on the road at number one. They're only down 1-0. One swing of the bat. It changed the face of this game, so they're in a good spot here.
That one outside, ball two. Two oh. That's ball three. Annie Campos, through the first two innings, had thrown 19 pitches. 16 of them were strikes. He's now thrown 36 pitches with 25 strikes. There's the 26th with a swing and a miss by Morris.
Aggressive swing on a 3-0 count. Always a bad thing. You know you're going to get a strike. Take a shot.
Another one. Full count. Annie Campos trying to battle her way back from a 3-0 count to get out of the inning. Full count to Morris. And she walks.
First pitch to Malafo. Just outside the zone.
So Hannah Semensky, the freshman, with a chance to tie the game for Sweet Home. She grounded out her first time up. Takes ball one.
Just going to slow down a little bit. Sweet Home. Quite as aggressive with the plate.
Oh, fouled off. A 1-1 to Semensky. Big swing and a miss, strike two. Another payoff pitch coming for Campos. Chance to get out of the inning. Hit to third. Throw to first. Got her. Sweet Home strands two, and it remains 1-0 headed to the bottom of the third here on mybasin.com.
Entered in Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Henley back to the plate, looking to build on their 1-0 lead. Had the bases loaded with nobody out last inning, but could not drive any runs in.
What makes these limited games so much fun? You get stakes high. Kind of seeing a defensive battle here. Didn't really expect that. One run to show so far. Who's in this game?
I said this when I was broadcasting the Oregon Tech softball regional last week. The postseason is where normal goes to die.
That's right.
Certainly, bases loaded with nobody out, resulting in no runs, has not been normal for Henley this year.
Exactly. Produce runs, bunches. Haven't seen that yet today.
Annie Campos is going to lead things off here, try to get some momentum going for the Hornets. She struck out her first time up. Takes ball one here. You want to talk about not normal? That was only the third time this season that Annie Campos has struck out.
It's only a good game so far. She's only a sophomore. Pitcher might be much more experienced player.
3-1 count to Campos. Drilled to second. And she beats the throw to first. That ball was a rocket. Tough to field cleanly. And not able to make the throw to first in time.
That ball was hit deep in the infield behind second base. Just enough room there. And hopefully get the first safely.
Brings up Belle Birch, who drove in the only run of the game for Henley so far in her first at bat. Drills one to second again. Tough play. And everyone's safe.
What happens when you're a good contact hitting team like Henley? You hit the ball hard. Take your chances. That was hit right at the second baseman. It was a bullet. Hard to handle it. And then now they're covering base runners again with nobody out.
And it is Leliana Segura. popped out in her first at bat. She tries to square a bunt here. Ball ends up in the dirt, and the runners advance.
That didn't happen. Your runner's moving over, so that's a perfect situation. Go Henley.
And another meeting in the circle for Sweet Home. Brian Stock also huddling with his base runners, as well as Segura over at third. Base running, perhaps the one area that Henley has noticeably struggled in at times this season. Seem to have fixed a lot of their persistent issues, though, at this point.
Yeah, I think they were made aware of it. I think they have cleaned that up quite a bit.
1-0 to Segura is fouled off. Big swing. Anna Benson on again to courtesy run for Birch. Annie Campos is still out there. She could get a courtesy runner as the pitcher, but they've opted to leave her out there. It's not the first time they've done that. Two one in the dirt. The 3-1. And Segura walks. So for the second inning in a row, Henley has the bases loaded with nobody out.
Had trouble getting base runners. But just had trouble getting them across home plate. Let's see if that changes right here.
Gracie White fouling one in the dirt. Gracie White led off the bottom of the second, reached on an error. She takes strike two. The 0-2 to Gracie White. That one low and away for a ball. The 1-2. Hit to short. Tossed to third for one out. But a run scores. 2-0 Henley with one out and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. And Natalie Hudson up to the plate.
Good work just to make contact there, get that runner across. Really no play at the plate. So a good decision to get you out at third. Increase their lead to 2.
Hudson also reached on an error her first time up. Takes strike one here. Oh, 1 off the mark. Once again, special thanks to the Henley Boosters for covering the broadcast fees for today's games. have Henley Baseball, who's also the number 1 seed, taking on Baker at 5 o'clock today. The 2-1 to Hudson. Fouled off toward the parking lot.
It's such a nice benefit being a number 1 seed in baseball and softball at this level. You keep winning, you could earn yourself 3 home games, and that's very good advantage.
A 2-2 in the dirt. Runners hold. So full count to Natalie Hudson with runners on first and second. And she walks. Throw gets away. Run comes home to score. It's 3-0 Henley.
It was a tough break for the Huskies. There was no play at third because the batter walked. So there really wasn't any benefit throwing the ball down there. Once it got past the third baseman, caused a little bit of trouble. And they're now up 3.
So runners on the corners for Jillian Vickery. 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
I think both teams be a little more selective at the plate as this game has gone on. I think that's common. You kind of get anxious when the game starts. You kind of maybe swinging it first pitch you see. That slows down a little bit. It work.
1-1 is low for a ball. Two 1. Fouled to the parking lot.
Right, we haven't seen Henley try to move that runner at first, force a throw down to second. Third.
Rolled into center field. This one will score. Throw to third is not in time. Vickery advances to second on the throw. So it's 4-0 Henley. Runners on second and third for Susie Nichols.
With a solid plate appearance from Vickery. Good base hit. Just what you needed. We're seeing one of those typical Henley innings. They score a handful of runs.
Nichols struck out her first time up. Here she pops one towards second. They can't make the catch. And safe at third is Hudson.
I think that was Vickery at third. And she sold out on that slide. She went face first. Got her arm around that tag. That was really nice piece of base over there. To make it to third.
That makes it 5-0 Henley. And with, once again, runners on second and third, we're back to the top of the order with Anna Harper. Nichols at second, Vickery at third. For Harper, who's 0 for 2 so far today. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the third. That one rolled in the dirt, 1-0. Harper this season hitting .446.
That run.
Sends it to third. Run scores, throw to first is off target.
He went for the bag as if there were a fourth play, but realized there wasn't. They made a late throw to first. Harper in time down the baseline.
So 6-0 Henley with runners on the corners. And still just one out for Samantha Moore. 1 for 2 with a double today. Moore lays down a bunt. Dribbles to the circle. They do get her at first. Throw home is not in time. Throw to third is not in time either.
Nice bunt. Just out in front of the plate. Also, defense to make a throw to first. Get the run that we want. But baseline ends up for third. But this right for him.
So now Annie Campos with 2 outs and a runner on third. Try to keep this inning going and add to Henley's lead. It's already a 5-run inning for the Hornets. 6-run, actually. Takes the first pitch low.
Famous wind we've been talking about all season, Matt. It's kicking up right here. Pretty good flip. It's straight up to the outfield.
On upstairs. Mentioned earlier, Kevin, Henley, Annie Campos is currently riding a 3-game home run streak. All of them have been grand slams. Takes this one low for ball 3. Campos sends this one right to us. 4 games in a row, Annie Campos goes deep. It's 9-0 Henley. That one landed in the tree right next to us.
That ball was hit hard. It was way out of here. Look, landed halfway up that tree that we're parked under here. Broadcasting today.
If that tree wasn't there, that ball might have made it to the baseball field. That is how much she torched that thing.
It was hammered. Game in a row with a run is remarkable. Getting the 3 for Annie Campos.
Her phenomenal senior season continues. So for the first time in a while, the bases are empty for Belle Birch. Takes ball 1. Sweet Home sticking with...
I think that would have been a home run without the win.
I do too.
Yeah.
Sweet Home sticking with Harris in the circle. It is now an 8-run inning for the Hornets.
Oh.
2-1 to Birch. In the dirt. And Birch walks. Inning continues. And Segura keep it going. 0 for 1 with a walk so far.
Done.
Segura takes strike 1. Segura pops this one. Foul at the fence. Strike 2. Look at Leliana Segura. She has also been hitting really well toward the end of the season. She's homered in 4 of Henley's last 6 games. She homered in both games of a doubleheader against Klamath Union on April 27th. And hit one against Cascade Christian on May 8th. So she's also had a 3-game home run streak. Pitch upstairs for ball 2. Runner takes second, Alana Benson. Two to Segura. Up high, count goes full.
Defensively, Segura plays in left field, but she's also hit the way to the pitching rotation. It's very workable to do it.
Segura fouls this one off. Yeah, since you mentioned it, Kevin, in the circle, she's thrown 15 1/3 innings this year. Has amassed a 3.65 ERA, 13 strikeouts, 7 walks. She sends this one into shallow center. Fielder can't get to it. Another run will score. Ball gets to the backstop. Segura heading for third, and she is in there easily.
Hornets up by an even stone.
We'll bring up Gracie White, who is 0 for 2 so far.
Oh!
That one is, no doubt about it, gone. You could tell as soon as she made contact.
She took a major swing at that pitch. And she got all of it. Home run for Gracie White.
That is her 3rd home run of the season. Her other 2 came in the same game against Klamath Union on April 11th.
See a pitching change.
Yep, it's going to be Jocelyn Fairchild on to try to get the last out for Sweet Home. Hornets have scored 5 runs with 2 outs. 4 of them have come on a pair of 2-run homers. It's something, again, we've seen a lot of with Henley. They hit really well with 2 outs. They came into this game with 82 out RBI on the season.
Yeah, not a lot of small ball going on here with Henley. They don't bunt and move runners over a whole lot. They get a lot of power hits, a lot of extra base hits, a lot of home runs. As you mentioned, even with 2 outs. So just a good power hitting team. If there's runners on board, we'll get some RBI for those hitters for sure. And White got a couple right there.
First pitch to Natalie Hudson is upstairs for a ball. A 2-0. And it's 3-0. Strike one looking.
Tough spot to be in.
And Hudson walks. Brings up Jillian Vickery, 1 for 1 with an RBI. Low and away for a ball. Big swing and a miss for a strike. That one tipped to the backstop. Count goes to 1-2. So a chance for Fairchild to bring this inning to a merciful end. Sends it low. Ball 2. Two is low. Count goes full. Fouled into the safety netting. Henley on their second trip through the lineup this inning. Full count to Vickery. Upstairs, she walks.
This game, no side of the bracket, they'll face the winner of Brick County and Cascades. Brick County we've seen, and that was a nail biter. That was one of those tight ones.
Absolutely. Henley
Did that very good. Either one of those opponents will be worthy.
Henley had to overcome a 5-run deficit in the 7th inning. Their last game against the Cowboys, the Cowgirls, ended up winning on a walk-off in 9. Actually, Hayden Higgins is going to pinch hit for Susie Nichols. She's hitting .417 on the season. Has 1 home run, 14 RBI. Pops this one into foul territory, and it's going to drift onto the path behind the dugout.
He's had a great second. He's really emerged as a good hitter, very good hitter. Coach Stock has confidence to put her in difficult situations where there's 2 outs and base runners. He's come through. Yeah, nice job.
Oh, 1. Popped up and caught. So finally, after 11 runs, the third inning comes to a close. It's 12-0 Henley. We head to the fourth here on mybasin.com.
All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Henley scored 11 runs in the bottom of the third, including a pair of 2-run home runs, which made up 4 of the 5 runs the Hornets scored with 2 outs.
That's to see. That's fire.
So Andy Campos back to the circle. The top of the third, which feels like forever ago. She allowed her first couple base runners of this game by a single and a walk. Held Sweet Home off the scoreboard, though. And here she gets Jocelyn Fairchild to swing for strike 1. Bears for a ball. One one. Sails over everything to the backstop. The 2-1. One is low for ball 3.
That goes 3 in the first 2 innings. Difficult time in the last game, but still no runs.
Strike 2 looking. Count goes full. Three, 2. Strike 3 swinging.
Good strikeout. Takes his high velocity there. It's the batter for the first out.
That'll bring up Riley Watkins. Struck out in her first at bat. Strike 1 here. 0-1. Side. One swung on and missed. Strike 2. One, 2. In the dirt.
And on the win, they'll be assured a home game. You know, get to lose at home. It's a very good team here in final place.
Two. Got her looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Annie Campos to begin the 4th inning.
Strikeout pitcher.
Of Catriona Harris. She drives that one deep foul. All the way back past the foul pole.
Deep enough to be a home run if it was fair. Pretty good hit. It's foul.
Oh, 1 to Harris. Dirt. One, 1. Ball 2. That one swung on, driven foul. Count goes to 2-2. Full count to Harris. Three, 2. Fouled.
Third straight year, Sweet Home has met Henley. We mentioned that earlier.
2 years ago was a 15-0 win for the Hornets. Last year, 12-1. This one fouled. Harris still battling. That's her fourth foul ball of the at-bat. Count is full, and she earns herself a walk. Brings up Natalie Smith. Smith 0 for 1. Takes strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Fastball there.
Campos can end the inning here. She sends this one in the dirt.
Find the right softball here to use. There we go. That'll be three to few of those foul balls.
Yeah.
1-2. Chop to second. Toss to first. Inning over. Henley needs 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth to end this game by run rule. We'll see if they can get it on the other side. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. It's Henley Softball on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Henley with a 12-0 lead. Chance to end the game early here if they can score 3 runs.
6 games played today across 4A softball, 2 tomorrow, and 1 other team playing today, Hidden Valley. 2 in our conference. They're at Marshfield. It's a wonderful game for them.
Things off for Henley. And she takes ball 1. Hit to the circle, and they get her at first. We'll bring up Samantha Moore, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI. To go to Moore, and she calls time.
Why?
Here she drills one foul, and I think almost drilled her own coach. Stock had to spin out of the way there. One fouled, so the count goes full. Well, even if Henley can't get 3 runs this inning, they are past the 5-inning run rule threshold of 10, so here we go. Great catch in foul territory. My goodness. It was Lady Van Nice in the Air Jordan.
That was a terrific play, left field. Foul territory in the corner by both fences. Nice play.
As I was saying, even if Henley doesn't get 3 this inning, they would just need to wrap up the top of the 5th without allowing more than 2 runs to end the game early. Campos grounds out to second, and we will head to the top of the 5th. Still a 12-0 lead for the Hornets. Jason.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Henley 3 outs away. As long as they don't allow more than 2 runs this inning from another state quarterfinal appearance. It's really become the standard for this Henley softball team. As a matter of fact, you'd have to go back to 2006 to find the last time that the Hornets did not make the state quarterfinal in a normal season.
That is quite an achievement. A lot of wins. It's not easy winning playoff games. Done a really nice job. Good tradition here. They played very well today. Not allowing any runs. That's a very good showing.
Annie Campos is going to try to close things out. And she's got the bottom of the order due up. Starting with Miley Smith. Is 0 for 1 so far. Popped right to the circle. And the throw to first is in time. 1 away for Annie Campos. And you'll take a one pitch out every time as a pitcher. It's Van Nice, who just had that great catch in foul territory. Bottom of the fourth. Strike one. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. Dropped third strike. Well, you're going to say it was fouled off. I don't know if even Van Nice thought she made contact there. She started for first base. Another 0-2. That one foul. So another 0-2 from Campos. This one popped into the bleachers.
Held off a few in a row.
So for the third pitch in a row, the 0-2 to Van Nice. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dropped but thrown to first for out number 2. That's the 7th strikeout of the day for Annie Campos.
Off of that pitch, bit of a change up. Moved the hitter, reported another strikeout.
So Addison Graber, one of 2 seniors on this Sweet Home roster, try to avoid being the final out of the season. One 0. Swung on and missed. One 1. Another swing and a miss. This could be the final pitch of the game. A 1-2. Got her. Annie Campos with back-to-back strikeouts to end this game and send Henley back to the state quarterfinals. A 5-inning run rule win over the number 16 seed Sweet Home.
A good effort from Henley. Really was impressed with the start. They came right out, played well right from the beginning. Their bats took care of the rest. Having a huge inning, scoring 11 in 1 inning. making their way to 12, picking up the win, will advance.
Yeah, an 11-run third inning was the difference. I mean, the Hornets started out a little slow. They managed just one run in the bottom of the first, loaded the bases with nobody out, but couldn't bring anybody across in the bottom of the second. Third inning, they got going, and that's one of the things about this team. Once they get going, they keep going.
Really work at it. They just score a lot of runs. That's going to be the key for them. They can continue to score like that against good pitching. They're going to be tough to beat. So, anytime you can put up a 0 against your opponent there, good defense as well, with pitching from Randy Campos. It'll be a good run for Henley.
So we'll give you a quick look at the bracket. You might be able to see there Henley advancing to the quarterfinals, where they'll host the winner of the game between number 8 seed Cascade and number 9 seed Crook County. That was scheduled for a 4:30 start, so they're probably getting underway right about now. Henley has 3 wins over Crook County this season, but 2 of them have been pretty tight ones. They won 15-12 at Crook County on April 3rd. Then here they hosted Crook County for a partial doubleheader, completing a game that had been suspended due to darkness, and then adding a new game. Won the completed game 10-5, and the second game 9-8 in 9 innings after overcoming an 8-3 deficit in the 7th inning. Both of those games were on April 20th. Hornets have not faced Cascade this season, so been interesting. Not sure which one you'd really prefer there if you're Henley. Would you prefer to face the team that's already played you 3 times and played you pretty close in 2 of those, or the team that you haven't faced and maybe aren't totally familiar with?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup with either team. That I guarantee they will both come to compete. We know Crook County will compete if they get another crack at the Hornets. Tough to beat a team 4 times, so that would be a good matchup. And then Cascade's a very good team, one that we've been watching all season. They're definitely a top team, so that would be a good challenge for Henley as well. So that game most likely will be Friday. They'll play the winner of that game over there tonight.
It will be Friday, and we will have it for you here on mybasin.com. I want to give another shout out to the Henley Boosters for covering the broadcast fees for today's playoff game. They've also covered the Henley baseball game, which is set to start here in about 25 minutes. It's also going to be live stream video on mybasin.com. You can also listen to it on the radio, 104.3 and 960 Sports, with Josh Eldridge on the call. But before we sign off and let him have the full attention of the Henley faithful, run through a couple of notable stat lines from this game. In the circle, Annie Campos went 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, walked 2, and struck out 8. At the plate, Campos went 2 for 4 with 2 RBI, hit a 2-run home run. That was her 4th straight game going deep. Gracie White also hit her 3rd home run of the season. She finished 1 for 3 with 3 RBI. That home run was also a 2-bagger. And other RBIs coming from Anna Harper, Samantha Moore, Belle Birch, Leliana Segura, and Jillian Vickery. So, all in all, kind of what we'd come to expect from Henley in a game like this. Again, took them a bit to get going, but once they got going, they kept going. 12-0 your final. Hornets advance to the quarterfinals. Any final thoughts, Kevin?
Yeah, we're a little bit spoiled because you can go 4 or 5 games on a normal team and not see a home run. This team pretty much produces a home run just about every game. So really a good hitting team, and I'm anxious to see if they can do the same on Friday.
We will be here on Friday at Bowling alongside Kevin Petrick one more time. Thanks for tuning in Don't forget about Henley baseball starting in about 22 minutes, scheduled for 5 o'clock first pitch. It's also on mybasin.com. You've been watching Henley softball on mybasin.com.